He brought America prosperity and peace, and the elites in this country continue to detest him. They revile him. All that peace and prosperity, they just can't tolerate it, can they? Yet two people, two parasites, two miserable freeloaders come here, create racial strife, by the way, wherever they go. And the same elites, they embrace them, they hail them, they give them phony awards for breaking barriers. Yes, the Kennedys are giving them an award. Get a load of this one. Robert F. Kennedy's daughter has revealed she'll honor Prince Harry and Meghan for their heroic stance against the structural racism of the royal family at a New York City gala at her father's honor. Can a family have, by the way, structural racism? I mean, isn't your family, all right? I mean, do they have to apologize for being white? I mean, what? So it is rich, by the way, that Harry is the one who's caused all this trouble, and his wife. Because Harry, he shouldn't be talking to anybody about race, and he shouldn't be getting any awards. Am I the only one in the world who remembers when he got caught in that Nazi outfit? Who goes to a costume party wearing a swastika? Well, Harry did, and it was noted by the international media, at least the British media. Everybody else kind of shrugged their shoulders and moved on. I guess that's fine. But I remember this, and it's just kind of ironic that he's getting an award now. Take a look at this, please.
The fallout over Prince Harry's Nazi costume now has 25 European countries considering a total ban on all Nazi symbols. The scandal erupted last week over photos of Prince Harry, third in line to the British throne, wearing a Nazi outfit at a costume party.
And also, he's got a little bit of sexism in his past as well.
Now, a fairy tale romance with Prince Harry of Wales, a.k.a. a Harry situation.
Prince Harry was in Sin City this weekend.
It happened in Vegas. Britain's Prince Harry photographed here in the nude after a reported game of strip pool in Las Vegas this past weekend.
All right, blowing off some steam, whatever. People go to Vegas, but Harry's been seen on camera using highly racist terms. So we got the swastika, we got the whatever happened in Vegas. I guess it stays there. But when he was on active duty in the British military, he was caught on camera using horrific racist terms. It was a big story. Everybody, I guess, has forgotten about it. I do remember it. And quite frankly, I cut him some slack because he was in a war zone when it happened. But it was noticed and written about, and I guess now everybody, Prince Harry faces racism inquiry over footage of Packy remark. But now he's lecturing us. He's lecturing America on how to behave. And he's doing it from the United Nations.
The few weaponizing lies and disinformation at the expense of the many. And from the horrific war in Ukraine to the rolling back of constitutional rights here in the United States, we are witnessing a global assault on democracy and freedom.
I just really, how concerned could he be about those things if he's wearing a swastika? He was old enough to know better. And he's hanging out with Barack Obama. Again, if you're from the left, they did a podcast together. You can get away with all this stuff. If you're Donald Trump, who has done none of these things, other than being a good president, bringing on peace and prosperity, somebody shows up at your house who made a tweet 4 months ago, you're somehow canceled. Just remember, Donald Trump wanted to help Kanye West. Yes, Kanye West is still in the news. So I help a seriously troubled man who happens to be black, Kanye West, who has been decimated in his business and virtually everything else. He wanted to help him, and Kanye asked for the help. And Kanye needs help. This is mental illness.
I see good things about Hitler. This guy that invented highways, invented the very microphone that I use as a musician. You can't say out loud that this person ever did anything good, and I'm done with that. I'm done with the classifications. Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table, especially Hitler. How about that one?
All right. It's obviously a disgusting comment, and it's being condemned. But at one point, when do we say this man is suffering from mental illness? And I've been hearing so much about mental illness awareness, and we should remove the stigma. This comment was rightly condemned Let's see, the Republican Jewish Coalition, given his praise of Hitler, it can't be overstated that Kanye West is a vile, repellent bigot who has targeted the Jewish community with threats and Nazi-style defamation. And he clearly has mental issues, though. Take a look at that. That's on the, what show is that? The Alex Jones show, and he shows up with a great big stocking on his head for some reason. I guess everybody forgot this. Almost a year ago, Kanye West was diagnosed as bipolar. What can bipolar do? Well, according to the American Psychiatric Association, it can bring on dramatic shifts in a person's mood, energy, and ability to think clearly. It goes on. There are all kinds of issues associated with this, and it's a real thing. It's really happening to him. Kim Kardashian, are they divorced yet? She asked for sympathy. She asked for treatment. As many of you know, Kanye has bipolar disorder. And I believe she asked for, I kindly ask that the media and public give us the compassion and empathy that is needed so we can get through this, this matter. Where is the empathy? Where is the compassion? I condemn totally, we all should, anti-Semitism. But we also have to treat, mental illness. And back to Harry and Meghan, this was their pet cause. I mean, this is one of their, excuses to get on TV, quite frankly.
We all know what the British press can be like, and it was destroying my mental health. I was like, this is toxic.
We all have greatness within us. Mental fitness helps us unlock it. It's an ongoing practice, one where you approach your mind as something to flex, not fix.
The key message here today is that everyone can suffer from mental health.
What words have you heard around mental health? Crazy?
Lost it, can't keep it together.
To make that decision to receive help is not a sign of weakness. In today's world, more than ever, it is a sign of strength.
Okay, I saw that series, by the way. Not well done. And you know what I thought each of them could benefit from? A relationship with God. That was not discussed. Nobody discussed it. It was just talk about your feelings. Say you have a mental illness and talk about it. And there's probably some benefit in that, but I think there's greater benefits somewhere else, don't you? Meanwhile, these vain people go around celebrating themselves and again create strife wherever they go. This is in October, by the way. Just take a look at how into this photo shoot she is. Don't we have enough pictures of Meghan at this point? I mean, just, I don't know. And there's a movie coming out. Again, I think they both have some explaining to do when it comes to issues of race and tolerance. I mean, I still can't forget that swastika, but they are still the it couple according to, Hollywood, Washington, our rulers.
No one sees what's happening behind closed doors. I had to do everything I could to protect my family.
When the stakes are this high, doesn't it make more sense to hear our story from us?
They're milking it. They are just milking it. I don't think they have anything to say, but they got like $100 million from Netflix. They got to come up with something. In the meanwhile, because Kanye West showed up and said some horrible things, they're trying to take it out on Trump. They're trying to take it out on Trump. Maybe, just maybe this will be able to take Trump out over this. Remember? They tried to take him out the very first day of his campaign. When he came down the escalator, they say he said something incorrectly about the border. He'll never make it. We know what happened. Oh, and just before the election, who remembers the Access Hollywood situation? He came back, right? That did not stop him. He came back in a big way. He won. And then 4 years later, he got 74 million votes, more than any sitting president in history. All right, final word, I hope, on Kanye West. This isn't a problem for Trump. And of course, we condemn anti-Semitism, but I'm not going to condemn Kanye at this point because he is a sick person and he desperately needs help. There is the possibility also that this is like a suicide by cop situation, that he wants to destroy himself and he knows this is a way to do it. I think he needs help. And who would have thunk it? That I'm like the only person in media saying that This guy needs some compassion at this point. He does. It's too easy to jump on the bandwagon, and I won't do it. I'll be right back.